Hello and welcome. I am Senturos, and with this series I really want to show you what I imagine Skyrim's story to be if it was written in the format of a book or told by a TV series. The sort of story that I would like to read playing the Elder Scrolls 6. This story will be played by many different characters from all different walks of life, from good, bad, and the in-between. It's not one story told by one Dragonborn. It's many stories told by many different people that help the Dragonborn get where they need to go. So hopefully I do a good enough job of this, and you'll like, and you'll subscribe, and you'll leave a comment. Hopefully you'll come to enjoy these intros and these stories. So I'll leave you here to go on to the chapter. Hope you enjoy.
Chapter 8, Part 2, The Wolf. I continued to earn a living and reputation amongst the companions. I had one talent, and that was taking life with a greatsword. It was about time it was put to its proper use. Ever since I joined on with the companions, I've felt more at ease. I haven't felt this sort of peace in a long time. Sometimes I was sent after rogue wizards. That was the sort of fun I liked having, showing the magic users that my steel was better.
Thanks for getting me out of that. Bashnag's coven chased me out and left me for dead down here. Nobody lasts too long with the spiders. Please, will you help me get out of here?
Never should have come here.
Over the last month, I'd been working non-stop. The Circle had taken notice.
Yes, I have something special for you. But it's not for everyone to hear. Meet me in the Underforge tonight. We will speak more. Are you prepared? This is no test, new blood. This is a gift. Come inside.
Inside was Ayla in her beast form. Looks like I was about to get the gift of the werewolf.
We do this in secret because Codlac is too busy trying to throw away this great gift we've been granted. He thinks we've been cursed, but we've been blessed. How can something that gives this kind of prowess be a curse? So we take matters into our own hands. To reach the heights of the Companions, you must join with us in the shared blood of the wolf. Are you prepared to join your spirit with the beast world, friend?
I wasn't going to miss out on that power. Nothing could stop me then. Ayla and Skjor had a plan. To kill werewolf hunters. That would be my test into the pack.
There's a pack of werewolf hunters camped nearby at Gallows Rock. The Silver Hand. I think you've met them before. We're going to slaughter them. All of them.
When I turned, I felt such rage. Such determination to end life. To hunt those that feared me. The last time I was that angry was when I was beating in the skull of the bastard that killed my mother. The more fear they had, the more I could hear their heartbeat, the more hungrier I got to devour it. The Silver Hand was now hiring bandits to join their ranks. Didn't even have enough gear to outfit their new recruits.
I don't think I need to tell you why.
They laid other dead werewolves as trophies, but they managed to kill Skjor. He was one of the fiercest warriors the Companions had.
Good that you're so eager. I've caught wind that one of the Brighter Silverhand has been sniffing around the Pale. If you can sneak into their camp and steal her plans, we'll have the advantage.
I was now a member of the Circle, for my blood was of their blood. And so in between jobs, I would hunt the Silver Hand. For many months, I'd earn honor for the Companions and avenge Skjor. The power of the wolf was like nothing else. Your fur was like steel. Your claws were like a hot knife to cheese. Its only downside was the horrible dreams, and having heightened senses made it very hard to get a good night's sleep. If I wasn't working or hunting the Silver Hand or whoring, I was trying to find things in Whiterun to do. I found Redguards looking for a Redguard woman in the Whiterun area. Luckily for her, I found her first.
Is there something I can do for you?
Are you sure? Oh no. They found me?
I need your help, please. Come with me. I need to speak to you privately. Quickly, come with me.
The Alakir were mercs, just like me. They would work for whoever paid them the most. I believe they were paid off many of times by the Dominion not to enter a battle, so they weren't of the trusting type.
To meet him would be to meet your end. But it seems we both have needs, friend. Perhaps we can help each other out. I have dishonored my brothers by being captured, and so they have left me here. My life with the Alakir is over now, but I have no wish to die in this god's forsaken land. If I can be released from prison, I may start over. See to that, and I'll tell you what you want to know. 100 gold will secure my release. You can afford that, can't you? I suppose you'd better hope you can, if you want the information. Get the money into the hands of one of these guards, and I'll tell you what you want to know. Very well.
The Alakir were still skilled warriors, so I'd bring a fearsome warrior of my own. We tore through many bandits to reach this Kamatu, but when we arrived, he wanted to talk.
You've proven your strength, warrior. Let's avoid any more bloodshed. I think you and I have some things to talk about. Stay your hand, warrior. It's no secret why you're here, and you have proven your skill in combat. Let us talk a moment. And no one else needs to die. I think we can all profit from the situation in which we find ourselves. My men will not attack you if you will lower your weapons.
They spun some story about Sadia being a traitor that sold her city out to the Dominion. If that was the case, I don't believe she would be hiding as a whore in Whiterun. She'd be living it up somewhere nice. So I decided to end them.
Any news of the Alakir? Whatever you want, handsome. At last, I can rest safely.
Was able to score myself a warm body to lie with.
I cannot thank you enough.
What can I do for you? And there is more work to be done, but I fear that Kodlak's gotten wind of our recent...
Many months into the doing jobs and hunting the Silver Hand, the Harbinger finally caught on to what we were doing.
But don't tell him anything he doesn't need to know.
Thank you for coming. Yes, young lady. Have a seat. I hear you've been busy of late. Your hearts are full of grief, and my own weeps at the loss of Skjor. But his death was avenged long ago. You have taken more lives than honor demanded. The cycle of retaliation may continue for some time. In any case, I have a task for you. Have you heard the story of how we came to be werewolves? Aye, that sounds like him. As in all matters of faith, though, the reality is more complicated than one believer would tell you. The Companions are nearly 5,000 years old. This matter of beast blood has only troubled us for a few hundred. One of my predecessors was a good but short-sighted man. He made a bargain with the witches of Glenmorrow Coven. If the Companions would hunt in the name of their lord Hircine, we would be granted great power. They did not believe the change would be permanent. The witches offered payment, like anyone else. But we had been deceived. The witches didn't lie, of course, but it's more than our bodies. The disease, you see, affects not just our bodies. It seeps into the spirit. Upon death, werewolves are claimed by Hircine for his hunting grounds. For some, this is a paradise. They want nothing more than to chase prey with their master for eternity. And that is their choice. But I am still a true Nord, and I wish for Sovngarde as my spirit home. That's what I've spent my twilight years trying to find out. And now I've found the answer. The witches' magic ensnared us, and only their magic can release us. They won't give it willingly, but we can extract their foul powers by force. I want you to seek them out. Go to their coven in the wilderness. Strike them down as a true warrior of the wild. And bring me their heads, the seat of their abilities. From there, we may begin to undo centuries of impurity. Good. Now move quickly, and don't leave any of them alive.
I wasn't one for lying, but what he really wanted was a cure for lycanthropy. Because when he dies, he wants to go to Sovngarde, and when we die, we go to the hunting grounds. So he sent me after the witches that turned us into wolves, with the hope they could reverse this with their blood. And that's what I did. I would hunt them down and kill them all. When I was killing the witches, the Silverhand attacked Jorvaskr.
These two aren't
Silver
a problem
Hand.
anymore.
They finally had the nerve to attack your Vasker. We got the Silver Hand. They finally had the nerve to attack your Vasker. We got most of them, but I think a few stragglers made it out.
Where have you been? I hope it was important, because it means you weren't here to defend him. The Silver Hand. They finally found enough courage to attack your Vasker. We fought them off, but the old man, Godlack, he's dead. No, but they made off with all our fragments of Wuthrad. But you and I are going to reclaim them. We will bring the battle to their chief camp. There will be none left living to tell their stories. Only songs of your Vasker will be sung.
They killed Kodlak. If I wasn't hunting his witches, I could have protected him. None of them would have walked out alive, or taken the Axe's fragments. So we would hunt what remained of them down, tearing them apart and retrieving our fragments. No member old or new of the Silver Hand would be spared that day. Not a soul survived that day. The Silver Hand's days in Skyrim were over. Kodlak and Skjor had been avenged, but a part of me felt like we took it too far, that we let our rage overtake us. Kodlak was sent off with honor.
I'll do it.
Even the Jarl of Whiterun attended his funeral.
Before the ancient flame.
We grieve.
We grieve.
At this loss.
We weep.
We shout.
And for ourselves, we take our leave.
Our leave. His spirit is departed.
Do you have the fragments of Wuthrad still? I'll need to prepare them for mounting again. Careful with those. Don't want even more fragments, do we? Of course, I have a small favor to ask of you. There's another piece that Kodlak always kept close to himself. Would you go to his chambers and bring it back?
All the fragments of Wuthrad were back with the Companions. They had been lost for 1,000 years since necromancers destroyed it.
The old man had one wish before he died, and he didn't get it. It's as simple as that.
Being Moonborn is not so much of a curse as you might think, Vilkas.
That's fine for you, but he wanted to be clean. He wanted to meet Iskramor and know the glories of Sovngarde. But all that was taken from him.
And you avenged him.
Kodlak did not care for vengeance.
No, Farkas, he didn't. And that's not what this is about. We should be honoring Kodlak, no matter our own thoughts on the blood.
You're right. It's what he wanted, and he deserved to have it.
Kodlak used to speak of a way to cleanse his soul.
even in death. You know the legends of the Tomb of Iskramor.
There, the souls of the Harbingers will heed the call of Northern Steel. We can't even enter the tomb without Wuthrad, and it's in pieces like it has been for 1,000 years.
And dragons were just stories, and the elves once ruled Skyrim. Just because something is, doesn't mean it must be. The blade is a weapon, a tool. Tools are meant to be broken and repaired.
Is that... Did you repair the blade?
This is the first time I've had all the pieces, thanks to our shield brother here. The flames of a hero can reforge the shattered. The flames of Kodlak shall fuel the rebirth of Wuthrad, and now it will take you to meet him once more. As the one who bore the fragments, I think you should be the one to carry Wuthrad into battle. The rest of you, prepare to journey to the tomb of Iskramor, for Kodlak.
And so we would venture to the first companion's tomb, to cure Kodlak. Here we would face down many of the 500 companions that died in battle, that were buried here. The Nord army that put the Snow Elves into extinction, and made Skyrim what it is today. And then we saw a blue flame, and Kodlak's ghost. The stories were true. We could cure him, where he could then rest in Sovngarde.
Greetings, shield brother. Of course, my fellow Harbingers and I have been warming ourselves here, trying to evade Hirsi. You see only me because your heart knows only me as the Companions' leader. I'd wager old Vignar could see half a dozen of my predecessors. And I see them all. The ones in Sovngarde, the ones trapped with me in Hirsi's realm. And they all see you. You've brought honor to the name of the Companions. We won't soon forget it. Did he now? I can only hope. You still have the witches' heads. Excellent. Throw one of them into the fire. It will release their magic. For me, at least. Greetings, shield brother. And so slain the beast inside of me. I thank you for this gift. The other Harbingers remain trapped by Hirsi. Perhaps from Sovngarde, the heroes of old can join me in their rescue. The harrowing of the hunting grounds. It would be a battle of such triumph. And perhaps someday, you'll join us in that battle. But for today, return to Jorvaskr, triumph in your victory, and lead the Companions to further glory.
Kodlak was right. We don't need the power of the wolf, that we must fight with honor, that this creature fills us with rage. If I was to lead the Companions, then I would lead us the proper way, where you earn your place as a warrior, not as a beast. I would cleanse myself and return to the ways of old, where the Companions were the fiercest warriors in all of Tamriel. It was now time to lead by example. It was spring of the year 201, and Skyrim had been taking a turn for the worst for some time. The Legion would fight rebels on the road, and a tension between the East and the West was close to boiling point. But that might be about to settle, hopefully, for the rebel leader has accepted to sit down with the High King in talks of peace.
And just like that, the companions not over, of course. I might still come back and do side quests. I might do the Tree of Whiterun, some other Whiterun orientated missions, but also I'll come back and I'll do just random jobs, some miscellaneous stuff, you know, to kind of be the character. He's overall, well, I've also finished the Mages Guild character, right? Or the college character. But pretty much what that means is that these two characters are done. They are foundation characters.
The blade further away than I would a smaller one?
As in, well, quite simply, they're there to aid the Dragonborn when they finally come. You know,
Guess that comes down
Tonraq here will seek out the Dragonborn, offer his service as a companion, and then once he joins, other companions can join, even the Circle, and they'll be made mortal, so in case they do die to, well, dragons. Same thing with Minerva. The college characters, not all of them are really suited for combat, to be honest with you. They're more like, you know, professors.
You only use the little swords.
A few more join, a few of them will stay behind and obviously teach, but they're done. Now the very last scenes you saw is working up to the next one.
Whales eat razorfish, and they always come to reach.
So, I don't know, the background sort of stuff into this. Now, both characters, right? I want to kind of stress that both these characters have had mods that expand their stories. So I've got, I think, Companions Questline Expansion. I don't know if it's exactly called that. But it allows me to do like 5 or 6 miscellaneous missions before I'm able to upgrade to another quest line. Because, man, the Companions only have 6 quests. Only 6, and each one of them requires a miscellaneous quest to finish. So you pretty much do 6 miscellaneous quests, fetch quests, like to go kill something or grab something. And then 6 main quests. It's pretty boring, it's over and done with way too quick. It's pretty much soulless. And that gave me a better experience of actually earning my stripes as a companion, but also being there a lot longer and enjoying it a lot more. With the Mages Guild, I added, I think it was, I don't remember what it's called, it's made by Jay Sparrow, but it allows you to actually learn magic before you actually join the college and are thrown right into the deep end straight away, and I really enjoyed that. So the next ones are going to move on to the soldiers. We're going to get the Civil War started. Anyway, there's nothing much to really talk about here as far as I know when it comes to background stuff. The werewolves, I tried to make my werewolves look like their human parts, so Tonraq's werewolf had black fur for his black hair and brown eyes for his brown eyes. That's the closest thing I try to do with werewolves, since they don't have custom eye colours, unless of course they're pureborns, but I've already gone into that with a different video. So I want to get out of your hair. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and well, we're going to new characters and new stories, so I hope you stick around, and if you like this sort of stuff, give it a like, subscribe if you want, hit the bell sort of stuff to get my videos, if you're into that sort of stuff. If you don't really give a shit, don't worry about it. I'm not going to stress over it at all. Oh, I'm just going to get out of here and try to edit the rest of this video. So, look up yourselves, and have a good one. Catches.